Desperate times calls for desperate things. Desperate times calls for desperate solutions. And it is those who are resilient, those who can think deeply, those who can tap into God, those who can exercise their senses beyond just the five senses that we have that can dominate and will dominate these times. These times are hard and everyone is complaining, but you know what everybody is doing? The convenient part of the work, which is to fish out what is wrong. Almost everyone knows what is wrong, but who is ready to work it out? Who is ready to bring the solution? Those are the ones I would love to speak with. And today I'll start with Nehemiah. Some of you that are watching me right now, you are the Nehemiah for now. Okay, let me try and give a description of who Nehemiah is. You can think about where you are and see if this resonates with you. In the coming days and weeks and months, I'll be looking at different characters, and I'll trust God, I'll trust by the Spirit of God to give a description of the particular character per time. So today, let's look at Nehemiah. Are you someone serving with someone who is influential and wealthy, someone who is a ruler, someone who is a big man, someone who is a captain of industry? You might be the cook, you might be the butler, you might be even the house help or a cleaner in that house. You might even be the gardener in that house. But are you someone that it's always on your mind to look back to where you come from? You often think about the ruins of your family, the ruins of your village, things that you know are not working well back at home. And these are uppermost in your heart. You wish you could have the wherewithal to go back home and do something. It's a burden that never leaves you. You always think about it. Sometimes you pray about it. Sometimes you even save some little money somewhere that someday you would help build the road in the village. But once in a while, when you check your bank account or check the monies that you've kept, aside, you find out that it's so little, it's not even enough to cater for your own need. But this burden never still leaves you. It's almost in your heart to help people back at home, to help build your father's house, to help build your mother's ruins, to help work on some part of your village or your town that is not working. It's always in your heart to, the burden to go back home where you are really from, to help develop the education system, to help your alma mater, some hospital that you knew growing up. It's always been your heart to help build it. You have the Nehemiah calling. It fits the bill of the Nehemiah. You have favor with your boss, and you might actually want to start thinking of how to approach your boss to fund it. Some of you are placed where you are, not because you would eventually use your own funds and your own resources to achieve what God has placed in your heart to do. Some of you would have to tap into the resources of the boss you're working with. And by tapping into it, I don't mean steal. I mean you'll have to go to God and then depend on God for favor before you approach your boss, and then you ask them, share the burden. And most times you might not even have to ask them for money. You might just have to share the burden that you have. And somehow you'll find favor before then, and they'll say, okay, if this is the burden you have, then I will sponsor it. I'll make it happen for you. So begin to check in yourself. Are you that kind of person that the burden you have over the years is still there? The burden to go back home and help out with something. Some of you are abroad. You're listening to me, but you're abroad. Maybe when you left, you never even wanted to come back. You told yourself you'll never come back to Nigeria, you'll never go back to your village. But a part of you is always yearning to go back home, not to just come and flex and show, but a part of you is yearning to come back home to help build a part of your community that is dilapidated, that needs help. And unless you rise up to help, nobody will help. Yes, you're stuck where you are, you're working and you're putting money together, but it's paramount to your heart. And you think that you're just hoping and praying that someday, you pray that God just should give you the money so that you can go and help out. You might not actually have to work for the money yourself. So explore the option of sharing this vision with someone you're working with. And who knows, the person might say, okay, I will team up with you, I'll sponsor you, I'll give you what you need to go there, do what you have to do, then come back work for me. Are you a Nehemiah? You are the only one that can answer that question. And one good way to know and be clear about your calling is to go back to God and pray. And also to check in your spirit and know of the fact that this is the direction God is leading you to. Rise up, do something. The world needs you right now.